Hello everybody. I do not know if I'm going to be disturbed by a student coming in, but I just wanted to quickly show you some Musescore because when I was learning it, it took me a very long time. I had to Google, I had to read the Reddit threads. I was moaning to my husband about it a lot. So I wanted to share with you some quick ways to get started without the frustration. So you can quickly write a groove and be happy and get on with it. So let's do it. So you can download Musescore for free. Yes, you can. And so I'm going to show you, I'm going to share my screen with you and show you how to do it. So we're going to go File. We're going to go New. And then a window will pop up like this. You're going to go to Percussion, Unpitched. And you're going to click, I'm going to click 5-piece drum kit because that's what I've got. Double click it so it's there. And then you're going to select Done. Fabulous. So you can just write my first score like that. And then you can put yourself as the composer if you like, whatever. Lovely. Now, we're going to just stick with 4/4 today, okay? And I'm going to show you how to write a quarter note groove. So I'm going to press the letter N for note. And then at the bottom of the screen, hopefully you can see a little pop-up here of all the notes. So I'm going to go ahead and click on G, which is the hi-hat. And I'm going to go up here to my bar. I'm going to click. Lovely. We've now got a quarter note on the hi-hat on beat 1. I'm going to go across. I'm going to click it there. 2. And I'm going to click it there. 3. And I believe if I just press the letter G, because that's what it says, it will also appear for me. Yay! Now, if I want to add a snare on beats 2 and 4, I'm going to go down here where it says letter A, and I'm going to click the snare drum, and I'm going to pop that here. Beat 2 and then beat 4. Done. Now, if I want to add a bass, there isn't a bass here that's coloured blue. Now, blue tells me that this is voice number 1. And personally, if I'm writing a groove for beginners, I don't tend to write a lot of rests because I don't want the student to be distracted or have to figure out what the rests are. That's something that we cover a bit later on. So in this case, because we don't have a bass, I'm going to click on the nearest thing, which is this here, the floor tom. So I'm going to click there, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it underneath the hi-hat, and I'm going to press the down arrow 3 times. So then it appears where the bass drum is. 1, 2, 3. Fabulous. So then that is our first quarter note groove written on Musescore. Amazing. Now, you might say, but Kira, I do want actually to separate my bass drum from the hands, please. So then I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to delete that one as well. And then I'm going to press the letter N again. And then, as you can see here, we've got the bass, but it's green. So as I mentioned, this green means that it's another voice. So if I click that, and then I go up here and put it in the stave where I want it, it's creating a rest next to it because we've got no bass drum on beat 2. I'm going to put the bass drum on beat 3 here, and then it's created a rest on beat 4. So you can totally write your groove that way as well. It's just separating the hands from the feet, and many drum pieces are written this way. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you in the next bar how to write an 8th note groove. So this is how it's going to look. I'm going to press the letter N. I'm going to click on the letter G for the hi-hat. And then up here, hopefully you can see my cursor moving around. We've got the different note values here. So I'm going to click on an 8th note. And I'm going to click right there and put them across. Now there's probably a fancy shortcut for that, and I wish I had time to show you all the ins and outs. I don't even know all of the ins and outs yet, but I wanted to at least show you the basics so you can get started, because I know I was bogged down with just trying to figure out how to write a groove for the longest time. So this is not the expert, I know everything of Musescore guide. This is I'm going to get you started guide. So I've got my hi-hats in there, and then I want to add my snare drum on 2 and 4. So I'm going to go back down to where all of our notes are at the bottom, and I'm going to click A, and I'm going to put it here where beat 2 is and where beat 4 is. Lovely, and that's all lined up. And then I'm going to do my little trick here, click on the floor tom, put it on beat 1, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and put it on beat 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, if I want to add another note, just say I want to add it on the end of 3 here, then I simply click next to it. 1, 2, 3. Done. Lovely. Now let's just say you want to put that in the bar next to it as well. So then I'm going to click in here. So the whole bar is highlighted. I'm going to do Control C for copy. I'm going to click in the bar next to it and do Control V. Yay! And then that is there for you. Now I'm going to do it one more time. So I don't know if you heard that, but what's really cool is if you click in the bar and you press space, it plays it for you. I hope you can hear that. So that can be really, really useful. Now, I want to show you a couple of cool things that have helped me. I don't know about you, but when I read music, I really like there to just be 4 bars per line. For me personally, I don't know, one of those quirks, right? I don't enjoy it when there's loads of bars per line, or if they're all jumbled up and maybe we've got 5 bars here, 3 bars there. So there's a way to sort that out. So if I click here, I'm going to press Shift, and then I'm going to click on that 4th bar. So what I want is the whole line to be filled up with just these 4 bars. So they're all highlighted. Then I'm going to go up here to Format, and I'm going to go to Add/Remove System Breaks. I'm going to click that. So all this is doing is telling Musescore how many bars we want per line. I want 4, so I'm not going to change that number. But if I wanted less, I'll click here, and if I wanted more, I'll click up here. But 4 is perfect, so I'm going to press OK. And then there we have it. Lovely. 4 bars per line. Thank you very much. Now, the other thing I want to show you, 16th notes, and then I'm going to show you triplets, and then we're going to end it there, I think, because that's enough to get you started. So, 16th notes. I'm going to press the letter N. I'm going to go up here where all the note values are, and I'm going to hit that 16th note there. I'm going to click letter G because I want hi-hat, and I'm going to click here. And I'm just going to go across, clicking them there. Lovely. And then again, if I want to add the bass and snare, if I want all the notes to be joined up and no rests in there, then I just need to make sure when I click on the note on the snare that the 16th note is still highlighted, because if it's not, if I hit something like a quarter by mistake, then it will mess it up. So just make sure that whatever subdivision you're using up here, it's going to match below. So let me put the snare in here, and then I'm going to put the bass in on 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice. So let me just show you one more time with using another voice, because some people, as I said, like it a different way. So let's do that. I'm going to have a quarter note on beat 1, and then what I want is I'm going to have an 8th note here and an 8th note here. So easy once you know how, right? Okay, last thing we're going to do. In this bar, I want to have some triplets. So I'm going to go up here, I'm going to make sure the quarter note is selected. And then I'm simply going to put 4 of them in the bar like that. And then I'm going to press N again so that the choice of drum disappears. And I'm going to select this first one here so it turns blue. Then I'm going to press Command 3. Look at that! I'm going to press the letter N again. click on the snare, and then fill them in like that. Now the cool thing is, if I want to have triplets for the whole bar, I can just select the first note, press Shift, select the last note, and they're all highlighted. I'm going to copy that, click on the next note and press Paste. And I can do that all the way along, which is a time saver, which we love. Now you might say, hold on, Kira, I don't want all of the triplets. I just want the first and the last to make like a shuffle. So I'm going to click the middle one. I'm going to delete it. And then you might say, but I want these joined together. So then I say, okay, I'm going to highlight that, press Shift, press the other one. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go over here on the left to where it says palettes. And we're going to click on beam properties. Now if you click this one here, join beams, that is what I want to do. So I'm going to click it. Ah, lovely. Now it has also been a bit cheeky and it's joined over here. So I'm going to click this one. And it says break beam left. So that means anything that's joined on the left hand side is going to be broken, which is what we want. Done. Lovely and neat. And likewise, if I click that, copy, and I can just paste it over, paste. Amazing. And then if I want to hear it, I press in the middle, press space. Done. Now the last thing I'm going to show you is how to add a count if I have time. I have a feeling my student is here, but let's go crazy, let's try it. I'm going to click that, add text, go down to sticking. You're going to press 1, you're going to press space so it moves over to the next note. And you're going to press space, 2, press space, and you just carry on, making sure you press space between each number that you want to do. I'm going to highlight all of that, I'm going to press the letter X to jump it up there, and then we are done. Congrats, you made it. Give me some feedback if this was helpful, I'd love to know, and get creating. Bye.